This week in Destiny for May 2nd, 2024. The PvP map pack launched for free. Pantheon Boss profiles with some new lore tidbits. New Rahool reputation and exotic system, the final shape shader revamp, the PvP strike team update, and much more. With update 7.3.6.4 this Tuesday, May 7th, 3 new maps will become available for the Crucible: Cirrus Plaza, Eventide Labs, and Dissonance. Bungie gave us a little tour and first look at these last month during the Destiny 2 Into the Light Dev Stream 3. In that stream, they gave a little walk through the maps with discussion around the design goals and creation process. But in this weekly update, they've partnered with Relics to develop callout map overviews. They've seen some fans use his callouts on maps for years and are thrilled to work with him on this new set of images. Eventide Labs is set in a long-forgotten human colony research outpost on Europa that Aramis chose to use as a refueling station. The next map, Cirrus Plaza, takes you to Neptune. The plaza is set in a shopping and entertainment center on Neomuna. If you've wanted to play PvP on a terraformed pyramid ship, now's your chance. Equal parts beautiful and haunting, Dissonance is set on the Witness's former ship Essence, which was terraformed by the Traveler, the same one in the Root of Nightmares raid. When these maps arrive next week upon reset, they'll be on a separate 3v3 playlist called New Territory, so you can enjoy the new experience these maps offer on demand at any time. The playlist will replace the 3v3 quick play node and feature the 3 new maps with the following game modes: Survival, Elimination, Clash, and Collision. There's also going to be an introductory quest from Shax for more details on the maps and playlists. New Territory will be available until the end of the season, at which point any player who engaged in the playlist will be awarded this brand new emblem, Staycation. This next part is kinda cool. It's not often that the TWAB or TWID dives into some lore, but we have that today. The Pantheon is upon us. The new PvE raid gauntlet opened this week, featuring 4 bosses as part of the first wave. With more bosses on the way each week, they wanted to take a moment to highlight the targets you've been tasked with taking down. It says Vanguard Guardian Dispatch, all points bulletin. Defenders of the city, you're tasked with the elimination of the following targets. First up, we have Golgoroth. Classification: Hive, Blood of Oryx, Ogre, Worm. His hazards are Void Eye Beam, Venomous Gaze, Unstable Light, and Monstrous Strength and Durability. Ogres are forged through torturous trials and dark rituals from corrupted and deformed thralls known as Unborn. They know only pain and are conditioned to hate and despise the light. Golgoroth is a hive ogre infested with burrowing parasites related to the worm gods and committed to Oryx's service. One of the most powerful ogres ever known, Golgoroth was felled aboard the Dreadnought by the same brave fire team that delivered the Taken King his final death. Vanguard operatives uncovered that Golgoroth was enlisted as a vessel to both tithe violence directly to Oryx and corrupt hordes of stolen light from Oryx's conquests. The ogre's flesh also served as containment for a Tablet of Ruin. Of note, recovered from Golgoroth's remains was the Tablet of Ruin ×1. The item has been vaulted for proper containment. Deciphered Hive Apocrypha suggests Golgoroth was fond of flower petals. Daughters of Savathun would send warriors with petals stuffed beneath their chitin as deathly delights for the ogre. The Caretaker. Classification: Scorn, Abomination, Altered, Resonant. Elixni Former, House Unknown, Worm, Altered. Its hazards include Scaled Drone Swarm, Overcharged Ether Blast, Sacred Dematerialization, and Resonant Empowerment. Slain by the intrepid fire team that stormed the sunken pyramid in the fetid court of Savathun, the Caretaker is a being of which we know little. It resembles a scorn abomination, but has been the subject of several experiments and is believed to have been host to a worm. The Caretaker was entrusted with a collection of worm spawn, as well as other entities the Witness and Ralk had obtained to be analyzed and stored within the pyramid. Reports from fire teams raiding the sunken pyramid mention that the Caretaker appears to have been both victim to and overseer of experiments seeking to fuse worms and scorn together. Multiple fire teams have commented on what appear to be pet mutations that are believed to have belonged to the Caretaker. Whether these were rejected experiments or unsanctioned creations isn't known. There is a discrepancy in the number of worm spawn marked as collected from the pyramid and those delivered to the tower's vault containment. Guardians who have information regarding their whereabouts should submit a report to Vanguard leadership. Zoark, Explicator of Planets. Classification: Manufactured, Cabal Shadow, Legion Incendior, Clone. Hazards include Cabal Magma Launcher, Searing Beam, Column of Flame, Magma Launcher Compression Blast, Paracausal Shielding, and Resonant Empowerment. Zoark is a Cabal clone created by the disposed Emperor Callus and is assigned to a detachment of the Shadow Legion forces aboard the Witness's personal pyramid ship. According to Vanguard decryption teams, Zoark, who was granted the title Explicator of Planets, has surveyed a collection of worlds conquered by the Black Fleet for unknown purpose. Preliminary theories span weighting the worlds for discipleship to searching for the veil or a method of contributing to the final shape. Reports conclude that even the Shadow Legion was not immune to Nezarek's torment. Zoark details his own nightmares and more reports of nightmares and violent incidents among his forces. Zoark's personal logs have been decoded. It seems that whatever their official goal was, they were personally cataloging worlds that had once been part of the Cabal Empire, but were no more. And lastly, we have Atrax 1, Fallen Exo, the Wildcard. Before we jump into it, it's interesting that this boss specifically has a title under it, the Wildcard. We know there's a Wildcard quest in the final shape, probably not tied, but I instantly thought of that. Classification: Elixni, Exos, House Salvation, Baroness, X House of Devils, Council. Her hazards include Modified Shock Rifle, Extinction Protocol, Self-Replication, Teleportation, and Stasis Empowerment. Exos are humanoid machines that house a living mind. Atrax 1 obtained this technology from a Braytech station orbiting Europa. Atrax's mind commands multiple copies of her exo frame. Before converting her form, Atrax acted as counsel to Aramis, Kell of House Salvation, for many years. Atrax was entrusted with command of the Deepstone Crypt. She was destroyed by the Guardian fire team that brought the Morning Star down from orbit. Atrax 1 created multiple copies of herself to deceive foes. Fire teams encountering this tactic in the future are advised to locate the original target and focus a simultaneous strike. Atrax was at one time seen as a voice of reason, an orator able to speak to the hands of the Elixni youth in House Salvation. Of note, the Hidden have relayed rumors that a copy of Atrax 1's mind exists stored somewhere on Europa. This has yet to be verified. At least 2 of the initial 6 fire team members that destroyed Atrax 1 believe they destroyed a clone and that the real Atrax 1 still lives. This is under investigation. Atrax 1 was known to prefer synthetic lubricant when undergoing maintenance. So there you have some interesting tidbits of lore about these bosses in the Pantheon mode. Do you think Atrax 1, this wild card, goes further? Is there more to that? Or was this just a fun lore explanation? Next up, Rahool is getting an update. Starting in the final shape, Rahool is going to be the source for any new exotic armor that they release. When you first talk to him after the expansion drops, he will introduce you to new rewards program tied to his brand new reputation track. The idea here is simple. The more you decode engrams with him, the more you'll increase your reputation. Once you completely fill the reputation track once and reset your rank, Rahool will allow you into an elite club, giving you access to a new tier of focusing. Once you're granted this, you'll be able to purchase any piece of exotic armor for any character on your account for 1 exotic engram and 1 exotic cipher, in addition to the previous focusing options. Because this is tied to the track, there is no weekly limit to using this tier of focusing. As long as you still have exotic ciphers and engrams, you can keep rolling armor. With this change, they're also altering the way that old sources of exotic armor work. Lost sectors will keep the same drop rates for exotics, but will instead drop engrams whenever they would have previously dropped gear. Neo Muna will also still drop new exotic armor when you complete a Vex Strike Force encounter, but they won't be adding any more new armor to the drop list after Season of the Wish. Next up, the shader icon revamp. You know when you go to equip a shader and it looks completely different? That's hopefully going to be fixed now. The goal with this update is to help make the shader icons more accurately reflect the colors and textures they will apply. The first part being one of the issues that while each shader applies 6 colors, only 4 are currently shown in the shader icon. This can sometimes result in the shader appearing differently than players may expect from the icon preview. Here's an example. This is the old Gambit Jadestone shader icon next to the new one. They tested many different design solutions for this goal and eventually settled on adding a diamond to the center of the current icon, helping you decipher some more of the colors. Next, there's a whole section about the PvP strike team. A basic summary is as follows. They speak about the special ammo, meter system, crates, and respawning. To address some of the issues encountered over the past couple of months and weeks, the team has settled on a blended system called the 1-1-1 system. Players will respawn with 1 kill's worth of special ammo. Primary weapon kills will drop special ammo bricks, and crates will provide a single kill's worth of special ammo. This system aims to balance ammo distribution, encourage weapon diversity, and reduce friction in gameplay. The team plans to introduce this system after further testing and iteration. But Guardians, that's all we got for this Week in Destiny. Shader updates, Crucible changes including the ones I just read and the brand new map pack coming next week for free, and some awesome lore on those Pantheon bosses. If you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.